How you doing? Hey, Rod, there we go. Hey,
Well,
there he is. There's my guest.
this is strange for me to do this because I think Orb's just not going to be here. Hold on a second. Let me talk to him. I don't like phones. Okay, I don't know what to say about this.
Well, I'm sorry, Orb.
I
But
got
my friends see you because I have a lot of friends who watches Facebook Live and I entertain them. So this is for
Oh,
free.
all right. Hold on a second. He likes to be in. He likes to entertain people. What's going on?
Hey,
Holy crap!
Orb, how you doing, my friend. Everybody, this is AA Ride life coach there, Orb. Orb, thanks for coming in today.
You're welcome. This is awkward. You know why this is awkward? I have a Android device, and Aaron won't get me an iPhone. I got you what I can afford, Orb. I got to pay for your liquor. I want an iPhone. I'm going to hold my breath. That doesn't really help. You're a puppet. You can hold your breath indefinitely. I don't care.
Well, it's good to have you both on today. I really appreciate your time and coming on my podcast. It's wonderful. It's great to have you both on.
Well, thanks.
So, hey, Rod, tell the viewers, my Facebook friends, viewers out here, a little bit about you and Org.
Well, I'm going into starting my fourth year of comedy. I'm not as old as Jerry. I'm just right on the tail end. I'm going to be 53 this year, but yep. He looks 110. That's not. Don't appreciate that, or really don't. Anyway, I live in Michigan, northwest of Detroit. I would show you, but I got my hands full.
That's okay. Did you get any snow out there?
What's that?
Did you get any snow out there?
We got some snow last night, but now it's kind of melted off, so I'm all happy about that. I'm not a fan of the snow. I hear you like snow, so we'll just send it to you.
Well, we already have snow. It's still snowing here, by the way.
Oh my
We're looking
God.
at 6 to 10 inches of snow. And then it's supposed to rain on Tuesday night and the Wednesday, so they're all going to melt. And then Saturday, we're getting another snowstorm on next Saturday.
Awesome. I'm just going to set up here because I have a better setup here. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
I'm doing things that I didn't know about the phone thing, so I'm trying to get set back up here. So
Okay.
give me a second.
Take your time. Get yourself situated.
Yeah, it's a
So,
situation.
yes, I do. I've done this. I've told many people that I do it on a phone through Facebook Live so that people can interact, talk to me if they have any questions they may want to ask you. They're able to do that. So,
I think I got a good setup. We'll see how this works.
I like you. I can see both of you look beautiful. Both of you look beautiful.
Oh, great. You're saying that AA Ron looks great? Beautiful? Jerry, get your glasses on.
Hold on a second.
It's not nice, Orb.
Yeah, he still looks beautiful.
He's a discount. He's a $1 discount of Uncle Fester. The copy.
And what about you, Orb? Tell everybody a little bit about the viewers a little bit about you, Orb.
Oh, okay. Yes. Hello, everyone. Yes, I am Orb. I am from the planet Oculus. We're suing Zuckerberg because he's too meta. On my planet, I was a private eye, but I got arrested 16 times for being a peeping Tom. And not once was I ever a private eye. That's. Or what did you do when you got to this planet? What was your first job here? Oh, that's simple. I was Evel Knievel's stunt penis. You should have seen all the one-night stands I jumped.
And what do you do now, Orb?
Well, I'm AA Ron's life coach. I'm teaching him about life and how great it is. It's not that great. It's not that great there, Jerry. I'm maxed out my credit cards and everything. I'm teaching you that life sucks. That's not.
Well, Orb drinks so much, maybe he have money.
That would probably be true. It's not nice, Orb. You should be drinking during Jerry's podcast here. I don't care. I got to drink. It's very stressful to be on TV. How many? Where you're not on TV, or you're on Facebook Live. Same thing, different place.
Yeah, but or you're on camera all the time. You're on the Dark Side of Zoom, Comedy Zoom, AA Rod, and you're all over. You're famous. You're more famous than Elf.
Oh my God, that weirdo! Look, I don't eat cats. But
No,
I will eat the thing that starts with a yeah. I will eat that down there, oh lady. Yes. Orb, that's getting a little graphic, don't you think? It's just
easy orb.
But you know, the last time I did that, I got pink eye.
I'm sorry to hear that, Orb.
When does he have time to do all this? Oh, when you're not paying attention, which is all the time. That's
well, you know what? You have a couple too, and she's been interested in you, but she's not here right now. She's out with her boyfriend. Happy. Remember her?
Yes, I remember Happy.
Well, she can be disappointed because she missed out. I didn't tell her you were going to.
I am so sorry. I'm missing her. I am so sorry.
I didn't tell you were going to be on, but she'll find out later on tonight when I do my Facebook Live comedy hour show. She'll find out. She'll be a little pissed off about that. So it's okay. It's all good. I spared you.
Yeah, she'll be called Sad after this.
She gets sad sometimes.
Why don't you date her? Yeah, she could be fiance 21. I mean, she's already there. Never mind.
So, Orb, are you in a relationship with anybody? Are you looking for a girlfriend?
No, because the last one, it's cost me tons of money. I had eyelets, those little orbs.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
I'm trying to sell them, too. I've got like a good 10 of them to still sell, so if you want to buy one of my children, you can. Hey, can you go grab my child? Oh, that's weird to grab your child, but okay. Hold on a second. Let me grab his child.
Go ahead.
What's going on? Oh, where did your child go? I don't know. Where'd you put him? I don't know. Oh, Lord, he looks emaciated. I don't know what's wrong with him. Come here, son.
Michelle Dymond says hello.
Hello.
Now, who's that?
Oh, this is my son.
What's his name?
Oh, you want me to name him? Little Orb.
Little. Well, hello, Little Orb. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, but could you tell my dad to not sell me, please?
Don't sell your child. For the love of him, not sell him.
Oh, Jerry, you don't understand. I have to sell him because it's costing me too much money in food.
Well, maybe you cut back on your drinking. You got to afford food and take care of your child.
Oh, I understand you don't have your priorities straight. That's okay there, Jerry.
I have my priorities straight. My kids don't live with me. They're grown up.
Exactly why I'm trying to sell this sucker. All right, now, if you want to buy one of my children, just hit up Aaron. He'll sell you one of my childs.
My kids don't sell my kids. My kids are out looking for a new daddy because I can't deal with his daddy anymore. He's a comedian.
If you buy my child, you'll have 20/20 and 20 vision.
There you go. Well, you should keep them around there. That way you have both eyes open.
Eyeballist. All right, or be nice. Your child needs to go lay down now because they haven't eaten any meat. Oh my God.
So A-Rod. So I tell people earlier that you do bomb and run.
Yep.
Now tell everybody a little bit about that. I've been on bomb and run, and I thank you for that. I had the privilege of being on there. I had a great time. I love it. I hope to be on there again sometime. But tell my viewers out there a little bit about bomb and run.
Well, Bombing Run is my stand-up comedy game show. Basic rules are this: 3 comedians do 5-minute sets. while my mysterious comedian judge decides who's Joker Ace. We do 2 of those games back to back, and the 2 Joker Aces do 3-minute sets, and then we see who's Ace of Aces. And it's a real fun game. It got picked up by a TV app called DBTV. That's Delta Bravo TV. You just go look for the little logos, big black letters for DB and 2 little letters, red letters for TV. You can go find it on your Fire Stick, your Roku device, or dbtv.tv. We're on midnight Pacific time Friday nights, and there's some big news coming, but I got an NDA that says I will be killed if I say anything. So we got to wait a couple more weeks.
You're ready. I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
So am I. So am I. But I'm keeping myself grounded because, don't know all the details yet, but it's some big stuff coming.
I'm glad to hear that. I really am glad to hear that. Now it's about you host the Dark Side of Zoom every, Thursday night, right? At 9 o'clock.
Yep. Dark Side of the Zoom. And actually, we've taken it to another level now because I thought, why not? Someone mentioned it. I will say his name, Wesley Williams. Hey, would this be cool podcast? And I went looking. There is no open mic podcast anywhere. So now we record them. I get them up as a podcast, not video, just audio. And it's called Dark Side of the Zoomcast. And we do like a weekly Wesley Williams poll, whether he likes the question or not. That's tough luck on his part. But it's a fun little open mic. Any comedian could join in and be part of it. If you don't want to be on the podcast, you just tell me you don't want to be part of it. But You know what? If you're a friend of Jerry's and you want to watch some comedians do some open mic stuff, that'd be cool. You can come on in. Just be respectful is all we're asking.
Now tell people where you can see all this.
Dark Side of the Zoomcast is on Spotify. I will share the link with you in a little bit there, Jerry, so you can send it to other people.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's not on a lot of other streaming platforms because there's a lot of extra work, and I'm just not a lot of time.
Oh no, I get that. Now I want everybody to them because they want to see it, they want to check it out. I tell them I do this stuff. They go, how do we get to do us? I said, well, on your phone, and get a Zoom link onto your phone. And then you can check out the shows that's going on, what we're doing. I'll tell you where to go, and you just go to it, Well,
even if you don't have Zoom on your phone, you can still go through your web browser on your computer, and we can let you join in. Okay. But like we said, we just don't want any hecklers or any Zoom bombers. No, we don't want.
I've done a lot of shows. People come, they appreciate. I met a lot of strangers, and they, oh my God, you're funny. I love your stuff, and they want to see more. And like right now, I'm working on trying to get a comedy CD album out. Hopefully next fall, I'll have that out. We'll see how that goes. But I'll be doing 10 years, April 8th of 2024. So it'll be 10 years in the making of me doing stand-up.
Wow, so that's great, Jerry. By the way, how many relationships have you been through those 10 years?
Too many.
Oh, well.
And I'm still going.
I kind of wondered what was going on there, and my child's here. What's going on? Get off my weed. Oh,
he must be like his daddy. He must be just like his dad. He's trying to see what he does for a living. Every year they have bring your child to work day. You should bring your child to work one day to let him know what you do. He may not like it.
I think I got an idea for my child. He could become an optometrist.
There you go.
He's doing his first blink. Isn't that cute?
Oh, that is so cute. Take pictures of that to be memories, as he gets older,
I don't remember having these children.
I don't remember having children either. I was drunk. I was drunk. I don't remember having my own kids either, so don't feel bad. That's why I don't drink anymore.
Well, I'll drink for you, Jerry. Hold on. That's not. Or this is not what Jerry wanted on his podcast by any means.
That's okay. It's Sunday afternoon. He's had a rough night.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Orb, I was thinking. I think that's called drinking. No, it's called thinking because I got to keep my brain lubricated. Okay, that's not how you do this. It's hardly how you do this at all there, Orb. I don't know.
On here, I'd say hello to Michelle Marie Poole, John Tracy Gagne, Nana Hogan, Michael George, John Pierce, Brittany Scally, Ben Webb, Ronnie Lynn Shoemaker, Amanda D'Ambrose, Suzanne Forbes. So hello everybody, and thank you for tuning in. And my guest today is A. Rod, along with his lifetime coach Orb.
Lifetime. No, life coach, not lifetime.
Well,
I'm going to be out of here in about 10 years after I completely drain his Social Security. Now,
well, he's going to be a lifetime coach, so you'll be around for a long time.
I wanted a life coach, and I checked into one, and there were thousands of dollars, and I got him at a discount. Little did I know that he was going to drink me out of house and home.
Well,
what's the problem with that? I don't know.
Well, happy is my co-host. She's not my life coach, but she's my sidekick. She's my co-host on my shows on Sunday night. So
let me ask a question. So you actually kick
tonight? So tune in.
Okay, but you actually kick her. A sidekick, like karate. That's
yes.
weird.
Well, no, she beats me up. She wants to. Her dream is to become the host of my show, and I said no. And then I got a cousin Eddie. He drinks just like you, drinks all the time, especially watching football games and NASCAR. He drinks every weekend, like it's a hobby. And he comes here drunk in my house all the time and cries about how come he can't get a girlfriend. I said, because you're drinking all the time. He's like, so are they.
I'm sorry, Jerry, were you talking? Because I was busy thinking again.
Was they disturbing you, Orb? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay, Jerry. You go on. I'll just I'll keep doing what I normally do about this time of the day. Whoa, wait a minute. What's going on?
You've been doing stand-up for what, 7 years now?
Who, me?
No. A-Rod.
Oh, nope, just 4. I did.
4.
Okay, it's starting on year 4. I used to do something on, I know I'm going to date myself on this. BlackBerry BBM used to have a social thing called BlackBerry Channels, and I was writing new satire way back in started 2012 until they shut it all down. And I still have This Just the News as a Facebook page. I just haven't done much with it. But we used to write. I used to have a writing team of about 4 of us together, had an editor in that process, and we put out 3 or 4 stories a day, and they were like short stories because you only had 400 characters. Right. So you really, if you want to set up a funny story, get to the punchline quick, 400 characters is not a lot of time to get that done. No. So we did that, and we got real popular in Indonesia. Yeah, we did. That was pretty cool. And then they shut it down, and we became unpopular again. That's about right. Yes, that's it. Yeah.
So who inspired you to do comedy, A-Rod?
Who inspired me? I always thought it was, Groucho Marx is one of my heroes. Mm-hmm. Actually, still have one of his pictures up here just looking down at me. Some like George Carlin, Groucho Marx, they always made people laugh. And then, I don't know, I got into puppets when I was a kid too. And we tried to do a show in 4th grade, but it was more of a roasting show, and we weren't allowed to keep doing that for some reason. The teacher shut us down. He was saying some bad things about people in the class. Well, that's
dummy.
I wasn't there, so I don't know what the heck happened, but I heard it was a bad show. It happens, but I decided I wanted to do comedy. I did like a local class here, and I tried to do another class, and I had someone tell me, F it. That was the guy who was teaching, F it, I'll just write your material. And I'm like, well, that's not how you do comedy. So I've been kind of, before the pandemic happened, I kind of was getting back into it, writing and stuff. And then as soon as I wanted to go to the bar, it shut all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was unemployed. You weren't employed at the bar. Being the local drunk is not considered an employee of the bar. Well, I needed a place to live. Okay.
So now, speaking of Orb, how did Orb come about?
Well, actually, Orb came out of the BlackBerry channels, no less. There was a contest of making the dumbest channel possible, or the stupidest channel possible. And at the time, we made it the all-seeing orb, and he could look into the future and do predictions and stuff. And it's actually based on don't Marvel, Disney, don't blame me. There is a Ghost Rider character named Orb. He's a villain that wears a helmet that looks like a big giant eyeball.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. Okay.
That's the weirdest freaking villain. Oh, I'm scared of big giant eyeball. Oh, stop me now. Oh. What the fuck's wrong with you? Take that thing off.
So I did some digging into you, and I see that you're a former BDC fabrication specialist from what was it, Steimerturg, USA.
That was Symmetry, but now I'm over at Via Technic.
Okay.
I'm a senior VDC manager of mechanical and piping. So
What's that system? What is your job?
Basically, I'm in the same room I do the work in. Right now, I'm helping coordinate all the trades up in the ceiling space, making sure they don't, they actually all fit, which is always so much fun. Other projects, I just got to help point and shoot, tell people what to do. That's what the job is right now. But yeah, I'm working almost. This one project's just a nightmare. It's just anytime it's a remodel, it's fun. But basically, everything's in 3D. It's like drafting, but drafting on hyper steroids is what I try to explain. So
right.
it takes time, but yeah, everybody's got to model their stuff, and so you make sure everything fits, so you don't have 5 or 6 guys with their thumb up their derriere out in the air, out in the project going, Cletus, I think we need to put that there. Hold on, I'll go get a napkin. That won't work. Let's try it again. Hey, cut that down. Let's get this out. Okay, Orby, you're doing a great Southern constructor guy. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna waste a whole freaking 5 days on this, times 8 guys making union wages. This will be great for the budget. Okay. That's basically it. Yes, that's what I try to save that. Our job is try to make it all fit, and everybody is copacetic. And if anyone changes their mind, well, it costs them.
There you go. So, do you think you should maybe make one of these times be on one of the late shows, like maybe Jimmy Kimmel or maybe Jimmy Fallon or?
Oh, wait a minute. You think Aaron's going to be allowed on one of those late shows?
I mean, you two being on there doing a set to the audience, to the millions of viewers on TV.
Wow, you think we're that good?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I believe, yes. You should be on American Got Talent, to tell you the truth. I believe you guys being American Got Talent. I think you guys would do well on air.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh, my God. Can we put a thing over Aaron's head?
No.
Aaron's head. I don't know, like a match. That's not nice, Orb. I do all kinds of things for you. We could go on America's Got Talent, and we could bomb like a son of a bitch. That's not.
No, I don't think you bomb. I think you'd be great. I think America would love you guys. Every time I'm on your show, I have a great time on your show, and I'm thank you for having me be a part of your show. It's a privilege to me, and I'm glad you got me on. The podcast. I love it. I'm enjoying it. It's been great. And now, is anybody that's on your show doesn't want to be in a podcast? Does anybody say they want to be in a podcast?
There's been a couple because I think they're more road comics, or they don't feel like their set was real good. So you're allowed to say, hey, I don't want to be part of it. We did do something quick afterwards. We tried to make it quick. Obviously, it wasn't so quick, but we tried to do a recap of last Dark Side of the Zoomcast, and let's just say that Christine Knowlton, she hit she was the high point of the show. She was the first one, and it just slid downhill after that. It was just, I'm kidding, everybody was funny, but some of the topics was like, oh my gosh, it drove me to drink more, and that's hard to do.
I thought my sets you to drink more, Orb.
Well, there was a couple sets in there that just made Orb shiver with, he was scared.
I'm sorry.
I still have PTSD from that episode. That's, I got to drink drink more. I'm sorry if you quit drinking. I'll drink for you.
You do that.
For
Drink a
Orb.
lot more. Every time I drink again, I'm getting married.
Oh gosh,
I don't want to do that anymore.
gotta quit going. Yeah, I understand you want companionship, dude, but dear Lord, 21. I couldn't have 21 fiancés.
It's been 20. I'm looking for number 21 right now. Well, it's been 20.
Oh,
But
okay.
in reality, there's only been 18 because there's only been 18 because 2 of them been a rerun. So apparently they didn't have low self-esteem the first time, so they want a second ride around to get even lower self-esteem.
Oh my gosh. Are you like DiCaprio where they turn like a certain age, you just dump them off of the curb? Oh, you're 50. Time to go. Bye.
I keep them like a car. Once the new smell goes, they gotta go.
Women smell like new cars? Who? What? What? I think, Jerry, there's a problem with you. You might want to go get your nose checked out. I don't think that's it. Maybe they're using the wrong. Are they using formaldehyde for the perfume they're doing? Oh, look, the new car smell with all the plastics and stuff. What do you call that smell? Oh, to Jerry. I don't know, Jerry. I think you might need a little help. I don't know.
That's why I'm in therapy, okay? Listen, I'm even hard time getting therapists because every time I meet one session with me, then I never see him again. I gotta get a new one.
Maybe you should try one of those therapies through the phone app thing. You know, you can just dial one up and, maybe you like Tinder. It'd be like Tinder therapy. Swipe left for a good, swipe left or swipe right.
I've done that too, man. I never hit back after that. Now they want me to do group therapy. Jerry, you should do group therapy. Like,
isn't that what
scared the people away?
Isn't that what you call open mic night?
Yes. Yes. That's exactly what I told the doctors there. I said, this open mic night here? Like, what are you talking about? I said, my life is a joke, okay? I'm the biggest joke you're ever going to meet.
Oh, my God.
You just see me, people just start laughing their ass off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, no, not him again.
I got to look at my phone, make sure she's okay. All right. Phone's fine. I just want to make sure. She was kind of stalling out there for a second.
Okay in your end?
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, we're doing great. Yeah, Aaron doesn't believe in the greatest phones. He got himself what is called a Unihertz Titan Pocket. It still has keys on it. I like a keyboard phone. What's wrong with you?
Consumer seller phones?
No, it's actually a boutique phone, apparently. It's boutique, all right. Boo! Antique! Boo! Antique! No, it's not. It's the newest phone. It's, newish. You won't get me an old iPhone either. Because they don't exist. They don't exist, or they all die after, certain ages they die.
Yeah, anyway. Kind of like my love life. It dies after a while.
I gotta go run and get some liquor. Hold on.
You go get Wow. I got him drinking already.
That is the biggest sippy straw I've ever seen go into a fifth of vodka. That's
He's gonna be singing a song. I'm drinking my life away. Can't do it any other way. Whoa, me. That's gonna be Orb's new music album coming out soon to a store near you, or Siemens from a computer or phone near you.
Where are you? I'm right here. What's wrong? I'm blind drunk now. Where are you, Jerry? I hear you laughing. I can't see you.
Around. There you go.
Help me. I'm blind drunk. Oh, the only cure to this blind drunkenness is more liquor.
I feel you, Orb. I've been there many times myself. That's why I don't do it no more.
Oh, poor Orb. I don't know what to do with him. I mean, hey, Orb, do you want to go to that meeting today? Oh, you want me to go to that AA meeting? You know what's funny about that?
What?
Alcoholics Anonymous?
Yep.
There's no booze. It's for people with drinking problems. I don't have a drinking problem. I can drink just fine. It's not.
So now, it's a new year now. So first of all, Happy New Year to all you guys.
Happy New Year to you.
What are your plans to hope to do for the year 2024? What are your expectations? What do you like to accomplish by the year 2024?
Well, hopefully have a bigger audience for Bombing Run. Maybe what my goal for Bombing Run is I'm on season 5. I want to be able to have 13 episodes for each season. Okay. So shooting the next episode January 8th, and I already got 6 comedians. It's in memory of Rob Coffey, who ran Joke Zoom. He died in November. Yeah. We've got 6 comedians on there. I can't count because there's 5 plus 1. Right. From Rob Coffey's Joke Zoom. They're going to be competing, and just want to get more people interested in Bombing Run, more stand-up comedians, brand new, fresh ones. So maybe we can do like season 6, another 13 episodes. When you start counting that up, that's a lot of episodes, and 6 comedians times 13, like 12 and having a championship round, or right. 11 and having 2 championship rounds. That you got to have enough. You got to get a lot more comedians involved, and I think there's still chance. It's on my YouTube channel, but I would love to grow Bombing Run more. And hopefully Dark Side of the Zoomcast takes off, and maybe more comedians want to be part of that too. That'd be awesome.
I gotta tell you that I think the group you have now, they're wonderful, they're funny, they're hilarious. I love their stuff, and I'm gonna tell you something. I tell many people this, that doing comedy on the Zoom compared to doing a live audience is totally different. And I'll tell you why. I think you may feel the same way as I do, is that the people you do on Zoom, you listen to them, you laugh at them, and they're funny, and there's no one heckles. They respect each other, and it's a great time. It really is. And plus, you ain't gotta buy any booze to be there. So I think that's a wonderful thing, and I thank you for doing what you're doing, and many others who've done it. And I know that this all started when the pandemic started to happen, because no one could do any jokes. No one could go nowhere to tell their jokes. Everything was shut down. Mm-hmm. So who came up with the Zoom, to do comedy on Zoom? Do you know? Because I don't know.
No idea. All I found was a bunch of signups, and signed up for like a feedback mic, and I still do a feedback mic with one of my comedy friends, Bill Douglas. He's a great comedian. He's a teacher, so he talks a lot. And we love him, Orb. You love him. I love Bill to death. I really do.
He's wonderful. He's great. He really is.
And we do it also with Joel Brill. If you don't know who Joel Brill is, he's out in California. Yep. He's a great comedian. Him and Orb drink together when I'm not here. Yes, we do. It's not, Joel doesn't necessarily drink. You're the one that drinks all his booze too. He doesn't mind. Okay, well. But we do, the feedback mics were the first things we did, and I look back at some of my old jokes from a little over 3 years ago, and I'm like, those are bad. Those are bad. But we're doing like Backline. And Backline we do like a 3-minute set, and we've done a lot of different ones. We just got done doing Laughing Buddha. Laughing Buddha does a online mic too, but it costs you $3 to sign up to do that. But there's another venue I didn't know about. I knew about it. I forgot about them.
How many minutes do you get on that Zoom?
5 to 6.
It's not bad for 3 minutes. Really, it's not bad for $3.
Yeah,
for $3.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you think that Zoom is going to be a new comedy thing now? Do you think it's going to?
You know what? I think online comedy's got a chance, because I seen something promoted on Reddit about a VR comedy thing. Yeah, there's VR comedy, which doesn't work for me at all because I don't have a headset. I have an eye. As soon as they make an eye set, I'll be great. Okay, Orb, stop. I was talking to Jerry. You go back to drinking. I'll be back drinking.
I love Orb. I really do.
We actually looked at the platform called Plausible yesterday. We're looking at possibly moving at least one show over there to see how it turns out. Mm-hmm. Just for, I think that, I mean, they're trying to grow that platform. I honestly think Zoom or online comedy has a place somewhere, because I still think there's a lot of people still trapped in their homes, not saying from the pandemic,
Right.
but there's people that can't get out and can't go out to places. So I think if we could tap into that crowd a little bit more, we'd have a lot more people at these Zoom shows.
Oh, yeah.
Or these online shows, because I think we've all paid $18.2 trillion to Zoom just to watch them not add anything special. And that's, like I said, I'm checking out Plausible because it's a different kind of app, but it's all a work in progress.
Well,
So,
yeah,
but I think
it's work in progress. But like I was just you said, I think it's a new thing in the future, because not only that, but you have to travel from place to place. You can drive 3 hours or 4 hours to do a set. You can do 2 or 3 sets in one night.
Yeah,
I,
exactly. And you don't have to leave your house. You don't have to use gas. You
no,
just have to have internet or, your cell phone signal.
right.
And, and I think to be honest, like you said, if you do an open mic, it's great to live in the silence, but there's a mic I do because I'm invited to. It's a Facebook Live. There's no laughter whatsoever. You're just doing comedy for how many minutes he gives you.
Right.
But if you go to an open mic at a bar, so you're not 2-drink minimum, or you're not buying anything. You're just sitting there taking up space, and all the other comedians are spending their time looking at their phones, talking to each other. And if you get any feedback, it's few and far between. And like you said, using up all that gas to just get 5 minutes, and you're waiting around, and you got to go after the guy who does a ton of dick jokes or something. It kind of just takes away from it. And that's why I try to be on like Dark Side of the Zoom. It says everybody be respectful of each other and that. And we seem to have that going for us.
I'd say, for my opinion, from my experience, it's a wonderful thing. I'm glad you're doing this, and many others doing it. Erica Schwartzrob doing it. Tom Myers does it, and
Tom Myers, yes.
and so many other ones are doing it, and I think it's a beautiful thing. And you're right, because there's only so many big jokes you want to hear, or racist jokes. That I did a show at the Funny Bones back in April of last year, and there was 25 comedians. Okay, the first 20 comedians got 5 minutes, and from 21 to 25 got 3.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was packed house. I was number 2 on the list to go up, and from 1 to 5, everybody was hilarious. I mean, everybody was great. They were funny. Their timing was good. Everybody had a great time. But after 5, all the way down through, it just got worse and worse and worse. And people started yelling at each other, and they started walking out. I mean, by the time they got to number 25, I think maybe about 3 or 4 people in that group that were there. Everybody had to walk out. And that's a shame. It really is. And you're right. They use the phones, I don't do that. I go through my stuff. I write it down. I bring my stuff with me, but I put it on the table, and then I just try to visualize everything I said, because I don't remember a lot of the things I write down at that. But if I get stuck, I just make something into it. I turn it around to make it funny. I have a backup. I always have a backup,
right?
Which is good to have, But that one time I did an open mic at Lark Tavern. And that was because I wasn't in there for quite a while. This woman got up there. She was on there for 30 seconds. 30 seconds. She had nothing to say. She just stood there acting like an idiot. What did you sign up for? Why did you, if you don't know what the hell you're doing, why are you signing up and waiting for someone they could be up there telling jokes?
Yep. And there's people. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but it's crazy. Why the hell would you waste someone's time? That 30 seconds in front of somebody's set that was telling jokes and really trying to be funny,
Because their friends tell them they're funny.
Yeah.
And they get that drunk courage going on, so they decide I can be funny. I'll get up on this mic, and then they'll try to tell a story or freak out.
Yep.
Or I've watched ones come in totally stoned and like, I've never done comedy, or I'm like, oh, that's okay as long as you write something. Exactly. Or you get the guys who write dad jokes, and it's like, this is all the dad jokes out of the book, isn't it? Because I've heard enough of these already. Yep. And it's. I think open mic's good to get on the stage and stuff. And like me and Orb haven't been back on the open mic yet, because the one time I was doing it, I was trying to hold the microphone, Orb, and remember my jokes, and it wasn't. It was a disaster. He couldn't keep the microphone and my hand together. So It's a lot of practice here with Orb because he hasn't been doing comedy as long as I have. I brought him in. Actually, I brought him in on a little known fact. He was on a Chocolate Sundays tryout, Mike. I don't know if you remember when Chocolate Sundays was, you could try to win your chance to go out there and be on stage. And I think that was my third time. They go by popular vote.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they say. And so I decided to throw a red herring in there because I didn't do comedy with Orb. I wrote a whole set with Orb, and was it the greatest set? No, but we got Orb in there, and all my friends voted for me. And that night, no one got through. No one.
Wow.
And it was like, you got to be kidding me. And it's like, you know what? That's fine. That's appreciative. Their judges decided that a puppet is not what they wanted and is doing comedy. Oh, but Jeff Dunham can be there. Fine. All right. That's all right. Jeff Dunham can do comedy. The only thing that's stopping A.A. Ron from being a ventriloquist is he's got to cover his effing mouth when I talk. It's a different type of ventriloquist.
But that works. But just keep doing what you're doing. The more practice, the better you get. And at some point, you want to get a headset piece so that when you're talking, they can sound like he's talking instead of covering your mouth or whatever. Just trying to move your lips when he's talking.
Oh, it's better said than done. Have you seen A.A. Ron talk?
It's hard. It really is hard because when I do mine, I put the puppet in front of my mouth or in front of my face so I could do her voice. So I get that. But I enjoy doing it. People love it. So if people love doing what I'm doing, I'm going to keep doing it. I like to entertain people who can't go out, can't afford to go out, don't have a car, and everybody at this time of year, you got low self-esteem and they're depressed. So if I can make someone's night better and make them laugh for an hour, then I've done my job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I do it for free because I want people, I'm a giving person.
Yeah.
And I want people to get the experience of being happy to see what comedians do. Oh, I have to come to your show, but I can't really afford it. I don't have a car. I got to work all these hours. And I get that. So I decided to do a Facebook Live for people that I know. I have a lot of friends. They were 4,000 friends plus.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. They watch my shows, a lot of them, and a lot of them came to my shows, and it makes me better. Doing these Zooms make me a better comedian because I get to do my stuff, my set, and everything. And if I think you all think it's funny, I think it's funny, I'll use it. I just come up with these things every day, and then boom, because the more I get to do, say I get to do 20 minutes a night from doing like 5-minute Zooms from here and there, whatever. That makes me better compared to going out and doing a 5-minute set and then that's it for the night. Because by the time you get to another one, they're all done because they all start at the same time, And that's the hard part about that, about doing the outside Zoom. They all start at the same time, and it's hard to get to one because you want to listen to the other because they say stay for the other comedians. They supported you. You need to support them, and I get that. I totally understand that. But there's a lot of comedians that stay for a few that they're favorite comedians, and then they hang up together and they leave, and then they go somewhere else. That's fine. But
it's
those who want.
But the problem is all that traveling, all that waiting, and then a lot of those open mics you don't get any feedback. So it's almost better doing Zoom because at least if you get like some feedback from me, if I say something it's hilarious, or Orb says something, or anyone else gives you any notes in the back in the chat, hey, this worked or this didn't work, it's great. But at open mic, I literally asked somebody, hey, how do you think I did? Well, and I'm like, okay, well, that's helpful. I'm like, that's.
Yeah. That's, I hate that. Well, either it was funny or not. Was they good or not? Yeah, I hate that, But I've had some comedians come and say, you're funny, you're good, you got it, you're hilarious, And well, thank you. They say, but sometimes I talk too fast, and I know I talk fast a lot, and I got to slow down a little bit. But the reason why I talk fast is I number one, I have a list, so that makes things kind of awkward for me to, And then, but the thing, I'm trying to get all my jokes in at a certain time. I have so many, and I want to try to get them in on a time limit. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. So
the other thing too, you point about getting to all these other shows when you're doing open mics and you're driving around, you're trying to get in, is that depending on your job. I know of a mic that goes till 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. on Monday nights.
Right.
I have to be at work. I mean, yes, I work from home. I could start later, but then it screws up the rest of my day.
Right.
So jumping on a Zoom, I'm home already. Log in, boop, I'm in. I'm done. I don't have to I could take care of something. I could turn off my camera if something's going on with the dogs or my wife needs me. I can jump in and out, not a problem. Open mics at a bar. I mean, I don't know how bars are where you're at, Jerry, but there's an open mic bar here that gets around the smoking, having a outdoor section that's only split off by a garage door.
Oh, wow.
And usually, yeah, and that garage door doesn't get closed. And so the wintertime, I smell like a pack of Marlboro cigarettes when you get home. So I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of them. I'd rather just be home where I can, it's simple. I get home. My wife's like, "Oh, so how was the mic?" "Oh, it was okay." I do want to get back out with Orb because he needs to have some more exposure. He wants to.
Right.
I want to take over Detroit. But no, we just you wanted to do some mics, Orb. No, I want to take over Detroit as the funniest comedian here. That's going to be hard, I think. You got a lot of comedians in Detroit. I don't care. Okay, well.
What is the comedy scene like in Detroit?
We got like 2 big comedy places, and there's a third smaller place, but there's a lot of bars that have comedy. Mm-hmm. Open mics, but some, they come and go as the ebb and flow of things. We got Mark's Ridley Comedy Castle, and then we got Detroit House of Comedy. There's also one called The Independence, and that's pretty cool. It's run by Planet Ant.
Okay.
And but that's the big 3, but the rest of them are just clubs or bars. It's they're not. Where you are, you're in New York City, right? You're close to New York?
I'm upstate New York. I'm about 3 hours away from the city.
Oh, okay. So I don't know how many clubs you got next to you, but a lot of them are just.
We got 2. We got the Funny Bones, which is in Crossgates Mall in Albany, and then we got the Comedy Works, which is in Saratoga Springs.
Okay.
But then we got other bars. You go to, you can do mics at. We got basically the same thing. We got Funny Bones came into Albany about 6 years ago now into the mall, and they're doing really well. They do very well. Mm-hmm. And and then the Comedy Works was years ago. It was just the Comedy Works, and they used to be in Delmar 9W in a hotel.
Okay.
And they were there for a while. And then after the mid '80s, they moved out, went downtown Albany, and they were down there for a good maybe another 10 years or so. And then they ended up moving to Albany, next to Albany Memorial Hospital across from there. And they would have like nurses and doctors come in and try to do jokes and everything and whatnot. And we even had camera crews from the local TV stations, which was down the road from where the Comedy Works was back in the day. And they would come in and they would try to do funny things, And I know a lot of local news reporters, and some of them were funny. They were funny. So it was a good thing. But then what happened was the guy who owned the building wanted the owner to take both. There was a hotel next to the Comedy Works. And it was like a drug dealing place full of druggies and everything. And that's where they put the comedians from down the city who came up to do a show. They put them in there. They're doing a hotel nearby. They can do it. But then they fell apart, and he ended up going to Saratoga Springs, which he's doing fabulous. Tommy Nietzsche, he's doing fabulous with down there in downtown Saratoga Springs, because there's so many things, restaurants and everything nearby, and especially in the summertime tourist season, they get these people go to the SPAC. They go to the concerts, and of course, in July, they got the horse race in Saratoga. Mm-hmm. So it's a pretty popular place. It's done very well. Right. Now where the Comedy Works used to be is a Dunkin' Donuts now. So that's how well that went, And then they shut down the hotel. So it really didn't work out in that guy's favor, apparently. But for the owner of the Comedy Works, who ran the Comedy Works, he did really well with that smart businessman. He used to do, they would do like, what you call it? They would do contests for the Boston comedian place in North Boston, and whoever won that got to go to Boston and compete against like over 200 comedians. And they went for a couple of days. Number one got a lot of money. I think they got like $10,000, something like that. Wow. But they don't do that anymore. So, but the thing is, you learn from comedy. You learn a lot, and I've learned a lot from so many different people. I really have. I even learned from you. And I appreciate everything you do. Yeah, you and Orb, yeah, you guys, when I do these open mic shows, these Zooms, I learn a lot from people. And I analyze myself as a person, as a comedian. And I say, wow, all right, this stuff is going to work out, because I stuck at relationships big time, So I think it's funny, you know. And I'm the kind of person that no matter where I go, whether it's a store or doctors or hospitals, whatever, or gym, I do jokes.
Mhm.
I make people laugh, and they love me, you know. I get on my business cards and everything. Oh, can you do a, you know, like a retirement show? Can you do an anniversary? Yeah. I tell people I do all kinds of shows except for funerals because they're always dead. You know, I can't.
Oh, that could be a roast show. Yeah. Look, he's going to the crematorium after this funeral. Let's do a roast.
So let me tell you this little story. My ex sister-in-law passed away of a drug overdose, and she was 44 years old. It was a while back. So at the funeral, everybody was smoking weed, and when you walk into the funeral parlor, all you smell was weed. You wouldn't smell funeral flowers. You were smelling weed. I was getting the contact high just walking in there. The next thing you do, I'm telling jokes, you know, and people are laughing their asses off, and I'm surprised the person that was in the coffin didn't wake up.
You know, that's one thing. Being in a relationship, I do the jokes for my wife, and she looks at me and goes, "Ha ha." She loves dad jokes, and I'm like, "Well, that's not any of my set at all."
I do so many different things with my kids in the car and people. I just say whatever comes in my mind. You know, like I do Christmas songs that come up. I put my own words into it. I mix them up a little bit and add my version to it, and it's funny.
Yeah, we do Christmas songs here too. We actually have an annual Christmas songs or carols that we do on the YouTube channel, and we've been doing it for 4 or 5 years now, maybe a little longer than that. Excuse me. We do like 2 or 3 songs, maybe. You know, what's that?
Did you do it this year?
Yes, we did. We actually made them into shorts, and then I put them together as a. I was trying to remember what all of them were because I've tried to change up the words and try to make them revel. You know, like Silent Night. What did you sing it as, Orb? You and I's workers strike. Don't remember the words. I'm just gonna stop right there. Okay, Orb. That's just. Are you too drunk to remember anything?
My favorite one I do is Holly Jolly Christmas. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. Say hello to my brother queer and have a cup of beer.
Jerry, you're going to get paid right now to stop freaking singing. Oh my God, my tiny little ears. Oh, you're making my eye bleed.
It runs in the family.
Oh,
So
yeah.
maybe next year I'll come on the show and do a Christmas song.
Hey, if you write up a good one, that'd be cool. We haven't done a collaboration on that one yet. We did something. We got one that we're not going to do because it has the Orange Man singing it, and if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, it's basic, but it's so simple. It goes. Or don't do it. No, I gotta do it. No, don't do it. It's Jerry's podcast. You don't want to do that. Build the wall, build the wall, build it. I say tall. Build the wall, so I can't see anyone at all. Build the wall. Okay, Orb, that's enough. Your Trump is killing me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I do that impression, but I only do it for a little bit because it scares me.
So, Orb, let me ask you a question.
Shoot.
What are you looking forward to the year 2024? What do you hope to happen to accomplish and succeed in the year 2024? What are you?
Oh, I hope Aaron exceeds his expectations so I could buy up my own brewery. Oh, I'm sorry, distillery, because I drink hard liquor. Sorry, Gabe. Wow.
How much liquor do you drink, Arb?
What's that?
How much liquor do you drink a day?
Oh, you mean I have to keep track?
Well, yeah.
I don't know until the bottles run out, and then I bitch at Aaron to buy me more liquor. It's sad because they know me at the first name basis at the liquor store too, and they say, "Oh, for Orb, yeah, I could just give me the pallet. We'll load it up in the dart. Where let's go." I'm on a liquid diet. Yeah, but you know you don't have to worry about that. You had all your internal organs ripped out, and where does all that liquor go anyways, Orb? Oh, it goes down your arm. That's bad. By the way, Jerry, I signed up Aaron for AAA. Wait a minute. I don't need Auto Club for this. Why would I need Auto Club? Oh, it's called Armed Alcoholics Anonymous. Do I look like a redneck to you? Don't keep asking that question. It looks like his wife went to a boutique store called the Salvation Army and got his outfit. This is like a work shirt. Oh, okay, Escape Convict 2444856. I pay for your liquor, don't I? Yes, you do. So I guess you're not an escaped convict as far as I know. He's not very nice. He's
been drinking too much again. It's like my cousin Eddie.
Well, now he's smoking his weed. What? Or why are you smoking weed on Jerry's podcast? It's for my glaucoma. Oh, gosh, darn it. I'm so sorry, Jerry. I didn't know. Or I'm sorry. Okay. I didn't know you had glaucoma. I don't. I call it pre-medicating. It's not.
Well, this is the podcast about anything and everything. So anything goes on my podcast.
Great. Let me show you how I jumped a one-night stand. No, Orb, let's not show how that works.
Let's not scare my viewers now. Let's not scare my viewers.
No, we do not want to show you how you jump into a one-night stand or several of them.
Don't scare my viewers.
I jumped them all at once at one time. That's just wrong.
So, Aaron, now do you have any brothers and sisters?
I'm the oldest. I have a younger sister and a younger brother. In that order.
Think about you doing stand-up comedy. Do they support you, or do they?
Yeah. I know my brother's been to a couple Zoom shows. My sister, I think she's watched a couple videos, but she's supportive. Everybody's got their own little thing. My sister has a food truck who does out in Idaho. She does what's called I think it's glazed and drizzled. I think that's what it's called. It's basically she does dessert stuff. Like I know she was doing a waffle stuff, but she does a lot of dessert things that way. She's her own boss per se, and she does taxes too. Not mafia taxes, but taxes.
Right.
My brother's a massage therapist, so he's his own boss. So comedy for me is kind of the way I'm breaking out of the, we still have a day job, but if this ever takes off or Bombing Run ever takes off, it's
I think you got a great chance for that because, I respect you and what you do, and I love what you do. And I'm glad and very grateful and humbled to be a part of your show every week because I think it's fabulous. You and Orb are hilarious. I love you guys, and everybody that's on there, they're respectful, and they cheer for you, and they, they'll give you advice if you need it, and I like that. And this is why I do these podcasts. Like I want to have you on because I love you and I respect you, and you haven't given me a chance to be on the Bombing Run, and I want you or to be on the first of the year because to open up options for other people. Let them know that there's options out there. If you be creative. If you have something a special talent in you, go for it. Doesn't matter who likes it or not. It's about you. This is your career. This is your move. You know, like my family supports me, but they don't come to any of my shows because they know it's about them.
I've actually had my brother and sister-in-law. We went to Tennessee a year or so ago, and we went to Knoxville, and I did a set, and my brother-in-law was real supportive. I didn't have Orb back then, but it was really nice to have them there to watch. But you know what? It gets down to as long as you love what you're doing, it's great. I mean,
I love doing it. I'm glad you love what you're doing. I love what I'm doing, and I'm grateful to have folks like you, comedians like you, to be on there. Next week, I'm going to hopefully get J.D. Stevens to come on.
There you go. The original comedian doing comedy in her car.
I have a lot of questions for her because she reminds me like Jay Leno, because Jay Leno should have had, or Jerry Seinfeld, because he had that the comedians in cars, down on the XW. That didn't go so well. It was good for a little while, but then I don't know what the hell happened. But I thought it was good.
She's not the first comedian doing comedy in a car, but just because she's been on Dark Side of the Zoom, I give people monikers to some degree, depending on who they are. You, Jerry Dymond, I can't give you one. You're just there. You're the Jerry Dymond. But like her, it's like, the original comedian doing comedy in a car.
Right.
It's like she should put that on a T-shirt and start selling it. I swear that'd be funny. Or Cherie Pryor, the queen of the QVC in Omaha.
Yep.
Oh my God, Nebraska. That's a T-shirt all day long too. So people can take my ideas like that, not my jokes, and just run with it. I mean, there's a lot of marketing stuff that goes on, and I want my own distillery so I can sell my own liquor. But who are you going to sell it to? Myself? That's not.
Well, I'm thinking that my album is going to be about relationships because I do so much about them and I have a lot of experience in relationships. So I'm working on a comedy album theme for that, and I got some ideas, but maybe I might run them over with you. You may be able to give me some advice. I think you'd be good for that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit you up later on to see what you think about a title for my CD because I like to get that out there, and I think it'd be great, hilarious because a lot of people come to my shows. I do shows every year at the theater called the Valencia Theater in my hometown every year. And I get a lot of people coming and they love the show. And I try to do a couple shows a year out because here's the thing, like here in Albany, upstate New York, there are a lot of places closed like around 2:00 in the morning because of the shootings that's going on and the chaos. I mean, I don't know about where you are, but the malls around here close at 8:00 at night, even on a weekend because of all the shoot that's going on and chaos has been going on. And it's a shame because, before all the COVID crap came along, everything was going fine. Everybody, 9:30, 10, everybody was doing their thing. And since COVID, everything's gone downhill. And a lot of things have not recovered because of the COVID. And COVID's still around. And now they got more viruses coming out, but God knows where, So people are more trying to be more safe about it. And even though they got all these booster shots, not many people do that because they don't. This is the way I look at it. You should get one shot. If it ain't going to work, then the hell with it. You're still going to get sick. Yeah.
The problem is if you get like the flu shot last year, it doesn't cover the flu shot for this year.
No, I get that. But here's the thing. Every time I get a flu shot, I would get tremendously sick. So I don't do the flu shot anymore. Now, I did get the pneumonia shot. Okay, that's been good. But I won't do any other shots because I'm afraid I still get people still get the virus even though they got the shot. You still get it.
It depends because everything mutates in that, and I still have to get my shot for this year's COVID. I never get 2 shots at once. It just never works for me. I get several at once, and I'm always fine. Or we're not talking about drinking. We're talking about the flu and COVID shots. I get all kinds of shots. I just don't remember them. It's not. I'm sorry there, Jerry. He keeps interrupting. He thinks he knows everything. I know everything. That's not what we just said.
But I'm enjoying it. I'm having a great time with it, but we got to start wrapping it up.
Yep, we got to wrap it up. I appreciate you having me on your podcast.
Well, thank you for being on my podcast. You guys are hilarious. You're funny. And I can't wait to be on your show again this week. I enjoy being on your show. I think you're a very funny, hilarious comedian and a wonderful friend as well. And I have a lot of respect for both of you guys, and I can't wait to see what the future brings for all of us. I really can't. And if you ever need me, want me to be on your bomber run again, I'd be more than happy to be on your bomber run again, or whatever you're gonna do. Yep. I'd be more than happy to be on it. I enjoy being on these shows. I really do. I love it because here's what it does for me. It inspires me to be a better comedian, and it brings joy to my life. I feel like I'm worth something. You know what I'm saying? That I'm worth my value. Because I'm gonna show you something for a second. I'm gonna turn my camera around. All that stuff on the wall is places I've performed at over the years and my accomplishments with awards I've gotten over the years.
Yeah.
So every time I wake up and I feel depressed and I don't think I'm worth it, I look at that wall and I say, yes, I am. I've done a pretty damn good job doing what I'm doing, and I'm happy to do what I do. And I'm glad to make you all laugh. I really am. And this is why I like doing Zoom better because, everybody has their own story, and you don't keep hearing dick jokes or racist jokes. Everybody is respected, and that's what I like about this comedy Zoom. Every comedy Zoom I've done, they're all respectful, and it's about their life and everything, and that's the way it's supposed to be about. So these new comedians that you go out and you see at the open mics there, they're ridiculous. They're all telling the same damn story. No one wants to hear no more. One or two is fine, but you keep going 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we're done with that. You start feeling uncomfortable, and I get that.
Yeah.
And I think, and I try to tell people, do something in your element. Do something about your life, because what you're doing is not making any sense.
Right.
In a way. It's like you're just trying to be a copier. You're just trying to follow that person's lead about, oh, I can do a better dick joke than he can, or I can do a better. No, that's not what this is about. Comedy's about being funny and telling the real story about your life and making fun of yourself. As you know, I make fun of myself all the time.
Well, the best jokes are self-depreciating, whatever, self-depreciating.
Right.
But it's sometimes jokes about something else or like an off-topic is fine.
Right.
The one thing I don't like is when people punch down, and that's when you're punching down. I've had someone on Bombing Run start out about his ex-girlfriend being like the Wicked Witch of the West, and then he kept going. It was like he hit her once and then he drilled for oil. If you get my drift.
Yeah, I know. I get you, Jim. And here's the thing about that. If you're going to do something like that, make it short.
Yeah.
And make it in your life. Make it about you.
Yeah.
Not that person,
Yeah.
Like when I talk about my exes, I make it about me. Okay. And that's what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
I never use their name. I would never, ever do that to them.
No, and that's the one thing. Never use anyone's real name. I used to try to do my impersonation of my wife's voice. That's over with.
Right.
And just I got an orb now, and it's like people think it's like it's a straight man versus a guy who's always telling the cracking jokes, and sometimes we flip it around. But I think for me, comedy wise, and doing what I'm doing with the shows, didn't plan on Bombing Run taking off like it was. It was supposed to be the audition for the other shows I was feeding. Well, those other shows are gone. And Bombing is the only thing left. But what I like to do is I want to bring people.
That's great. That's great for you.
Yeah. What I want to do is get comedians a spotlight, is like on Bombing Run and that, and give them a place. And then it's a competition. I don't know of any other game shows that do this. There is none.
No,
There's other competitions you can go watch at a comedy store, but they're not, or a comedy club, but they're not the same thing. And this is fit for TV, perfect for TV, and people are like, oh, well, I can watch YouTube. Okay, go watch YouTube. But if it's on TV, you get more people to watch that way because not everybody's on the computer.
I do both YouTube. I watch a lot of old comedy. I watch like Three Stooges, Stanford and Son, Abbott and Costello, Dick Van Dyke Show, the Dean Martin roast. I watch a lot of old, and I watch newer ones too. Don't get me wrong, I like the newer ones, but I like the older ones because that's my era. And comedy back then made more sense because now today you got to watch what you say. You can't say certain things because we might offend somebody, which I think is ridiculous. This is my thought. I don't know how you feel, but this is my thought. If you go to a comedy show, expect anything. If you feel it's going to be about races or about your religion or gender, then don't go to a comedy show. I did a local radio show recently because they were putting down comedians about their acts, about how they say things, and I stepped up and I said, listen, for all the comedians out there, there's different types of comedy in this world, and you need to remember that. You got your one-liners, your storytellers, you got your racists, your political ones. They've been around forever, and it just goes on. But sometimes when these guys do the jokes, they make it real ugly. They put a lot of ugliness into it, and they're going too far with that. That's my opinion.
Well,
okay.
It's the what, as far as that's concerned, as long as it's about you, it's cool.
Right.
Once you start stepping off and picking on a religion or a gender or politics is a very touchy subject now. It used to be a little more 50-50. Now it's a little bit of a different mix, and I'm trying to stay away from it because...
Don't mention the word Trump, because otherwise you're going to break loose. I say that for late night talk shows to do that crap. I don't do that.
It's... there's only like one comedian I consider that could still do political humor right now, and besides the late night talk show guys, and that's Louis Black.
Yeah.
But
he's been around a long time. He's been around for a long time, so he's been doing it way before the new time. he's allowed to do that. Just like Don Rickles used to be, the late great Don Rickles, who I love, miss so much.
Oh my God, he was so good.
Yeah. And you know what? He was allowed to do that stuff because that was his style. He was doing that since he was younger. And he started doing comedy. So if you've been doing comedy like 40, 50, 60 years, you're allowed to get away with that. If you're just starting out, been around for a couple of years, no, it's not a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea.
Oh, that's not a good idea. Don Rickles is my hero. I
He's
have
my
Don,
hero.
I have Don Rickles bedding where I sleep. I put my head on Don Rickles' pillow. It's so actually it's not. It doesn't have Don Rickles' face. I stole Don Rickles' sleep bedding when he died. I stole it from his house. That's a little disturbing, Orb. That's very disturbing.
They're going, Orb. But I got Don Rickles' book. I got that one when it first came out. I got that book, and right. The comedy at Lark Tavern every year around Christmas time, they would do the Ghost of Comedy. You could pick out a comedian who's dead and play that part and do their role. Like I did Don Rickles the first time. It was hilarious. I did that. And I did the part of Fred Sanford, Red Fox, as Fred Sanford. I dressed up as him, had the whole thing for it. That went really well. And I don't know if you ever heard of John Panette.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm starving. I love his stuff. I got all his DVDs. I love his stuff, I think he's hilarious. It was so sad to see him go at age 50. I mean, it broke my heart because he was a very talented comedian, and he reminded me of me a lot, but in different ways. Like he loved to eat, and I loved to date girls. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I was comparing myself to him, and I miss him dearly. I miss a lot of these great comedians that were around because they're my heroes, and I learned a lot from them. I was growing up, and like back in the day. Because I grew up in the country, on a farm. I worked on a farm all my life, just about until I was 20 years old. Yep. And I always like cracking jokes, and I got awards for for having a great sense of humor because of my laugh. I got this laugh apparently it's addicted, and everybody loves that laugh. You know that.
Yeah.
And I was never aware of that until I started doing comedy Zooms, and people were telling me about that. Like, really? So I was like, wow, I never knew that. I never paid attention to my laugh. When I record my stuff, I don't watch my stuff. I don't want to watch because I don't want to. I just record it. I put it on YouTube. Let everybody else. I just don't want to. I go through my stuff like, all right, this is gonna be funny. I think it's funny. If I get the laughs, I put it on there. If it's a bad set, I won't put it on my YouTube page. That's the way I look at it. But I come a long ways out of my going 10 years. I believe I have, and my goal is to hopefully get on Jimmy Fallon's show before he retires. So that's my goal. If I can get on Jimmy Fallon's show, that's a hit for me. Then I've made to the top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, if Orb and I can get on America's Got Talent, that would be amazing.
You guys have a great chance on there. I believe you guys have a great chance on there because, I respect you. I think you guys are hilarious. I love you. You got a great style of comedy. You and Orb, you got a great connection, and your timing's really good and everything. And I think you guys would be great on America. That's why I said that because I believe that you two would do great on there.
Well, I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. So the next time they fly through Detroit, I'm just going to annoy everybody to get out of Orb's way and be on the stage.
Let him on. Let Orb do his thing. And you got a great act. You really got a great act. And I sincerely, I think you can do a great job on there. If you do, let me know. I'll be pulling for you. I'll be voting for you guys. And because I think you can do it. I believe in you, and you're a great. Not only you're a great comedian, but you're a great friend. And I appreciate you being a friend. And I appreciate you allowing me to be on your shows and everything. It means a lot to me. And yes, Orb, I love you too.
Oh, thank goodness you said my name. By the way, I'm trying out for the Squid game. Yeah, I'm trying out for Squid Game. How is that going to work, Orb? It's like 4 weeks of dedicated time, isolated with no liquor. On second thought, I'm not trying out for Squid Game. That's not. I don't know, Orb. I wish I could, Are we almost done? Because I got to pee really bad.
All right. Well, yes, we're going to end this right now. So I want to say thank you, Orb. Thank you, A-Rod, for being a part of my podcast today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Check A-Rod Bomb and Run out. It's again. Tell them where they can find it.
You can watch it on DBTV on your Roku, your Fire Stick, or dbtv.tv, or you can go to the YouTube channel, Oddly Funny, AWDLY Funny, Oddly Funny. It's just my initials with LY on the end, AWDLY Funny on YouTube. And Bombing Run's up there. I put shorts of me and Orb doing jokes. The Christmas carols that we've done recently for this last year are up there. But Bombing Run episodes go up there all the time, and we're trying to get back into doing some of our sketches. We have one on there. If you go look up CSI Wichita, I did that with the Oddly Funny comedian players, and we did like a whole season of that as shorts. So that's pretty funny. Trying to plan a few more things, but everything takes time and money. So if anybody has a blank, a full pocketbook, a full checking account, and just wants to donate money to the Oddly Funny Productions or be a sponsor, we'll be happy to be, someone wants to be a sponsor. We'll be happy to take it. I need the liquor money. It's not for that, Orb. It's not. But yeah, we appreciate us being on your show, man. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. I'm going to give you a copy of it, and I'll put it on your messenger so you can share it with your friends and everything. Put it on, if you got a YouTube, you put it on YouTube or whatever you want to do with it. It's yours. Mine will be on this will be on my YouTube channel on the Jerry What the What Dymond. So people, check out my stuff. You see this podcast and other podcasts as well as shows I've done in the past. Check it out, like and subscribe.
All right.
Hey, Orb, thank you so much again for being a part of my podcast today. I appreciate it. I hope you had a great time. Happy New Year, and may 2024 be as great to you guys as 2023.
Thanks to you. And where's that free bottle of liquor you said you're going to give to me for doing this podcast?
It's on its way.
They don't know ever. You better bring it to me.
I sent it to Spirit's Airline. You may or may not get it.
I'll never get it. All right, Orb. We'll see you later.
Have a good day, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And remember, everybody, thanks for tuning in today and enjoying this show. And later on tonight, I'm going to be on the Jerry What the What Dymond Comedy Hour show at 7 o'clock, 7 to 8. So stay tuned to Facebook Live tonight for that. I want to thank you all again. Thanks for being here, and Happy New Year. And remember, don't worry about yesterday. Worry about today and today only. And don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow's not promised to us. But if you happen to see tomorrow, make it the best day of your life. Have a great day. I love you all. I'll see you all again next week. Hopefully, I'll have another guest on next weekend. We'll let you know during the week. Until then, have a great day. And what? Happy New Year. Good day, everybody.